Hey, I'm trying to see if this works or not. Hey, Travis Barton, are you Regatta in Discord? Hey, can you if you can hear me, give me a send me another message. Oh, there's top chat, live chat. Oh, perfect. A little low, but not bad. Let me see. I might be able to fix that. I can. Well, no, I don't think. Maybe I can raise the volume. All right, let me. Can I pause this? Stop streaming. Well, maybe I can just do it right here. Microphone. All right, I'll see if I can raise the audio level, and I'll come right back. You'll not be able to reconnect. Your stream will stop. You'll no longer be live. You will not be able to reconnect. That seems really severe. Is there like a pause button? Edit, view. Oh, I can just do this. There we go. All right. Now let me see if I can get this. Microphone setup. No. I can't seem to find on Windows. I like literally can't find the stupid audio settings. Ah, here we go. Okay, open volume mixer finally. Okay. System volume. We'll turn it up a bit. Input device. That's the right input device. Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay, that should be a lot louder. Okay, that's actually that's too loud. Let's try that. How's that? That should be a lot better. Okay, so now I need to turn this back on. There we go. Yeah, let me know if that sounds better. It looks better, a little like wavy bar thing. Yeah, I turned it up to 100, and that kind of blew everyone's eardrum out. I just turned it to 80. All right, cool. I appreciate it. I'm gonna send the link out, and then yeah, let's see if we can do this. Copy message link. Oops. Let's try copy link. Okay. All right, let's get to it. So I'll talk about what I have so far. I did a little bit of prep work here because I didn't want to waste a bunch of time. So this is my first time using all of this. So if you came to watch like an expert or something, this is not the right channel. The thing that I want to do is just show everybody how, you know, anybody, even if you barely know what you're doing, can make a game, really do anything. I'm going to kind of prove it by trying to build something here. We'll see how it plays out. So what I did here, I have a simple color ramp. You can just download these off the internet. I have these shapes that I made in Blender. These are just the cubes that come with Blender when you start it up. This is just a triangle, right? And this is a little bridge that I made from extruding a cube. And so I added some UV coordinates. So we have these, look a little more blue than I thought. But anyways, we have these stone looking things. We have these grass tiles. And so this is enough to get started. I think oh yeah, last but not least, we have this grid map, which is a feature of Godot. And, you know, lets me place cubes down to make a little thing. I'm not totally sure yet. Oh yeah, here you go, floor. So you can actually go to floor 1. You can kind of build it up like that. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you can rotate. That is something we'll have to look into. We might have to, oh, there's a rotate mode. But that might be, yeah, that's for the whole thing. We will have to see if there's a way you can rotate it. Anyway, we'll have to worry about that later. Or maybe we'll just make 4 copies of everything. So, but we have, you know, a lot of this set up, which is nice. Now we need to basically code this up. So I'll show a little bit of what I'm thinking of. Okay, here's a complete playthrough. It's 9 hours. So you see what's going on here is people are taking turns moving, and in your move you have a certain number of squares you can go to. The terrain kind of costs some movement, so if you're going through like heavy terrain, you can't move as far, all of that. Once you've decided where you want to move, then you can take an action. This one is a little bit, Final Fantasy Tactics is a beautiful game, but it's also pretty complicated. There's a much simpler game called Mario and the Rabbids Kingdom. And so we can jump to a part in this game. Same kind of basic idea where you know, it calculates for you where you can go. You know, in this case, this person has this dash attacks. They're actually going to run into this person. And then when they're done, then they get an opportunity to use their gun, which we're going to see right here. Boom. So we're going to code something like this up. So the idea is we need, you know, we're going to start very simple where we'll just start with a flat grid and have, you know, some very simple units and, you know, get a battle going and see what that all looks like. Yeah, let's just jump into it. So first we need to make some kind of a project. This is my first time using C#, so I'm going to look on the internet how to create a C# project. I think there's like a one-liner for this. Yeah, here we go. This will be good. So we'll make a simple console app. Not sure yet how any console app we make will then, that code will go into Godot. Not really sure yet. We'll have to figure that out. So that seemed to work. Made some kind of thing here. I guess we can run this. Can we run this? Let's find out. .NET Framework 4. All right, something's happening here. All right, we got Hello World. Cool. So we can, I think if I hit F5, I'll get Hello World again. Yes? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so this is our program. This is our thing. We're going to turn everything, we're going to make everything out of this. So let's just jump into it. First thing we need is a bunch of data classes. I think in C# are called records. Yeah, something like this. So you know, most programming languages have these like immutable classes, like, you know, basically data classes. I generally like to have data in one set of classes and functions in another. This is kind of a nice way to do that. And then you can easily just convert all of this to JSON or whatever you want to do. Yeah, so let's think how we want to structure this. I think we want sort of a set of base stats, and then we want to create kind of instances of that. So for example, we can have a unit. Unit will have, I think we'll do some kind of like rock, paper, scissors thing where we'll have some units that can, you know, attack far away, but don't have a lot of armor. We'll have some units that can run really fast, but are kind of weak to armor. And then we'll have sort of the armored units, kind of like a rock, paper, scissors between kind of archers, you know, thieves, let's say, or knights or something like that, bandits or something. And then kind of like being knights on horseback, and then your sort of infantry. And so so for that we're going to need, maybe we'll start with like a armor. Whoop. Oh, I see. Let's use like an armor, health, attack range, and damage. I think we'll do it so that, you know, the damage is just subtracted by armor. Call this maybe unit type. And then we'll have a unit. Unit will have a type. I see unit. And then we need to have like a current, the unit itself will have a health. I guess that's all you need for now. Oh, and location too. I'll make a little, another record called like chord. And then we'll have a row, column, and then what would you call the, I guess they called it a floor in Godot, right? Yeah, floor. So I have a row, column, and then a floor. I guess you'll be on whatever floor. It's interesting. So I guess, yeah, this, if you have a square on floor 0, then you're actually on floor 1 because you're standing on top of it. I'll have to think about that. The reason we're making this a class is because, you know, we want to mutate the health without having to create a new copy of the class every time. But for For records, I think this part's fine. This is totally immutable. We have to create a new unit type if we want to mutate this. And same thing for coordinate. I think that's appropriate. Oh, it looks like there was like struct. Record struct. Struct is probably copy on value instead of reference. Yeah, I think we'll leave it like this for now. Okay, so now we have these units. So now let's see if we can load some units to JSON. So let's make like a, actually let's make a new file called unit. Let's put all this over here. Let's make a file called util. Let's put coordinate in our util file. And then let's put unit type and unit in the unit file. Okay, so now we need some kind of main class. I actually don't know how. It said hello world, it just, there's no main. What's the equivalent of like a main function? Main method in C#. Really? Okay, let's try it. Oh, okay, we can't call this main, we'll call it program. Okay, that works. The point here is, clearly I don't know what I'm doing. That's totally fine. You just figure it out as you go. And push yourself and persevere and Google your way through it, and you'll be totally fine. So now what we want to do is we want to create some units. So I had this idea of an infantry unit has armor, and so that makes him strong to a lot of these attacks, but he might not be that fast. There'll be an archer who can get a lot of hits in from far away, but doesn't have any armor. And then there'll be another unit, maybe Final Fantasy Tactics is called a thief. I think in XCOM this is called a ranger. Maybe I'll stick with thief, and the thief can kind of come up to the archer and get a quick hit in, but in general isn't that powerful. So we'll create those three. So let's make a public record, like a game settings. And this game settings will have a list of units. I think it's like something like this. Actually, no, we want some kind of dictionary. What's the dictionary in C#? It's called dictionary. All right, that's easy. Okay, dictionary. Is there a UUID? Your UUID in C#? Let's see. Oh, it's called GUID. Okay, GUID. Oh yeah, totally increase the font size. Wait, that's increasing everything. Actually, yeah, that'll be fine. See if that blows anything up. I just made everything big. All right. Cool. So dictionary, GUID. Oh yeah. Unit type. So we'll call this unit types. And settings. So now we need to make some unit types. So we had our archer. Oh, I think there's like a, isn't there like a C# type instance? Isn't there something? Oh yeah, var. Okay, let's do var. bar archer equals new unit type. So the archer has no armor. You know, he dies in like 2 hits, 2 damage, just 2 health. Attack range. I mean, we'll have to balance all of this later. Use semicolons. Yeah, you need semicolons. Okay. So then we're going to have a thief. The thief also has no armor. You know, maybe also like 2 health. Just 1 attack range. Does 2 damage. And then we have a infantry, or let's call it a soldier. Soldier has 1 armor, 2 health, 1 attack range, 2 damage. Cool. Let me know if the font size looks good. I could make it bigger if people want. So I think it's something like this. Is that correct? Oh. Okay, it's unhappy about something. Oh, right, because we made this into a dictionary. Oh, yeah, we forgot the whole GUID thing. Okay, so whenever we make a new unit type, we have to give it a ID. Oops. How do you create a UID? Here we go. Okay, so that's getting better. We need some little helper to turn this list into dictionary. Public. Can you have just global functions? We're going to find out. This could probably be like a generic, but I don't know how to do that yet, so. Was this like add? Yeah. Okay, so now what's going on here? Okay, so yeah, I think we need must proceed name. Okay, I think we need a class. Oh, maybe because it wasn't static. No, we need a class. Okay. Yeah, how do you do generics? Oh, is that it? Just T? Generic method. I need a generic method. Okay. Generics, blah, blah, blah. For example, using generic type parameter T, you can write single class. Yeah, I think I can just do this. Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. It's not like C++ where it won't care about stuff like that. You'd need like a... Is there any way to say like T extends something? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that I didn't expect. All right, well, we'll see. Where T. So if I do unit type, is it going to be happy now? Oh, that is cool. Okay, so let's back this up a bit. Let's make a file called entity. And let's, I don't know if I can inherit, but we're going to find out. It calls entity type, I guess. And then we're going to say unit type. I guess record. Yeah, a record can inherit from another record. Okay, so okay, that looks good. And then cool, that is cool. Okay, so now we can use this function we just made right here. Oh, right, util dot. There's no argument. Okay, let's see. I must be getting something wrong here. So we want a unit type. Oh, interesting. So when I did a literal, it was unhappy. Now it's happy. It just, I think maybe the typing wasn't able to figure it out. Okay, well, that's cool. Okay, now we need some way to dump this to JSON so we can edit it and mess with it. How to write .NET? Yeah, here we go. Okay, I need it to look. Oh, here's a nice little snippet. That's cool, but that is going to look really ugly, I think. Here, let's see. Yeah, we want it to be pretty. How do you pretty print? Ah, here we go. That's probably the right one we need to write indented. And then hey, that's pretty cool. So yeah, we have these IDs. That's nice. Yeah, we need to give them a name. Totally forgot about that. We should probably just, every entity type probably needs a name. That'll kind of percolate into everything here. Cool. Okay, now how can we make these guys fight each other? How can we like quickly test this? Let's make a little grid, and let's just line the soldiers up on a grid and have them fight each other. So this will unlock like a bunch of things. In the future, we're gonna have to worry about like people can go up and down and jumping and then go over other units. It get really complicated, but we'll start with a really simple. Everyone's just on a flat plane. Yeah, and let's just make first let's make a container. Let's make a battle. So what do we need for a battle? We need a map, which in this case, at this level of abstraction, all we need to know is all the spaces on the map that people can go to. And then maybe some kind of like adjacency, some way to know, oh, I can go to this one from this one, or this one's like touching that one. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll have to worry about the height thing later. So let's see. So we need, for now, let's just worry about flat maps. So we can just do, so for now, the map could just be rows and columns, really. It's just going to be flat. The map also needs to hold the number of all of the units. Again, I think we'll use a dictionary here so you can look up. Is there a way to iterate through the values of the dictionary? Oh yeah, here we go. That's pretty easy. So yeah, we can use dictionaries pretty generously here. So these will, oh, the units need to be on different teams. So we'll just have a team ID. Okay, and then we need a concept of a team. Team can, for now, I think, just be a record. Just have a name. So for now, I don't think a team is any different than an entity. Oh, so there's entity type. There should probably, yeah, team is an entity type. We also need an entity. And then an entity also has an ID. We can just make up names for the units. And then, oh, right. Entities have a position. So what do we call that? Coord location. So an entity is an entity type with a physical location, and then a unit is an entity. Ah, okay. This is the same as C++. Okay, hang on, how to call a base constructor. Oh, you put base. Okay, that looks good. Oops. Oh wait, sorry. Entity has, oh, it needs an ID, a name, and a location. Oh, right, so we have to give I'm actually going to put this maybe here. What is ECS? Yeah, you might know a lot more about C# than I do. If you could tell me what ECS is, that's cool. Yelling about ECS. Okay, so entity is a name. Oh, right, a location. Okay, I think we're good. Only records may inherit from. Ooh, okay, good to know. Okay, so this is going to end up being. Oh man. Only records can inherit from records. Yeah, I mean, a unit could contain an entity, but... Oh, entity component system. All right. Well, if you have any advice, I've never made a video game. So if you have advice on how to pull this off, I made a crappy game a while back if you want a good reference. Well, is the coding crappy, or was... If it was amazing coding, but a crappy game, sure. But if it was... if the coding was crap, then maybe I don't need that. Okay, so if you have a record, you can't do inheritance. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it seems like this is going to just get verbose, but we'll find out. Okay, so there we have our entity, which is now a class. We have our unit, which extends entity. And the art and the gameplay is crappy. All right, that's good. So, okay, now what is it unhappy about? Oh yeah, I mean, so I'm probably just gonna put public all over the place, again in the interest of time and because I'm mainly working by myself. This isn't advice on how to run like a project with a lot of people or anything. Cool. Okay, so we have units. So a map is made up of units. For a map, we also need teams. Ah, cool. The goal of entity component system is to split content and logic apart. Yeah, I mean, in general, I find that makes things a lot better. So we have map, we have teams. A team is really just the name of a team, but the important thing is that, we'll know which units belong to which team so we can have them fight each other. And then we have units, it's all flat. So I think we have all the data that we need to start a battle. Let's rename this to map because, and let's make a battle, I guess. We'll see. So I think the simplest AI is just to find the closest thing and try and hit it. And so we'll do that and we'll see. Wonder what's the easiest way we can get some simple visualization up and running. Is there like a C#? There's some tutorial on how to do this. Looks like it's gonna get kind of complicated. Yeah, maybe for now we'll just draw everything to the screen. I think we're going to do similar to Mario and the Rabbids Kingdom, where an entire team gets a turn and then the other team gets a turn all at once. So John, I don't think your link is in the chat. My guess is if you put a link, Google blocks it or something. So you might have to like, I don't know, take out the colon or something like that and then put the link up if you want. But yeah, feel free to put any resources you think are useful. So let's see. So we'll make so this will do for each var team ID in, oh wait, a battle needs a map. Okay, when we step a battle, it's really stepping through each of the teams. So for team ID in this.map.teams. Oh, it's more like public stuff. Okay, let's just make everything public. I mean, you really want to do accessors and all that stuff, but for now, we can just do this to get going. Okay, so now for each team, step team, team ID, autocomplete, public, actually this one does not have to be public, void step team. Oh, I think it's a dot keys. Yes. Okay. I'm not sure if yeah, basically anytime, John, you put a link, it's not working. What you could do is just tell people what to Google. That might be easier. Okay, so we're gonna go through each player. Usually I don't make functions, like, you don't need to, like, every time you have a for loop, do a function. But I just feel like there's going to be complexity here, so I'm just trying to think ahead a bit. For var unit ID in this dot, oh no, wait, this dot units, this dot map dot units. Dot keys. Okay, so now if actually for var unit ID, or maybe like unit entry, let's call it, because we're actually going to need both. Is this like a, oh yeah, value dot team ID equals team ID. So basically, if we're stepping through all the units each time, which is fine because it's tiny. Saying, okay, if it's this team, then you get a turn. Otherwise, you don't get a turn. Yeah, John, so folks who want to see links, maybe you can post it in the Programming Throwdown Discord. The only thing is it won't show up in the live stream. Like, for posterity's sake, it'd be good to put it in, somehow find a way to put it in YouTube. But yeah, that's some YouTube rule. That's not my rule, so if you find some way to finagle a link in there, that's fine by me. Step unit. I wonder, actually, let's do this. Makes a little bit more sense. Okay. You can always get the ID from the unit really easily. Okay, now each unit basically needs to find the nearest unit that is not in their team. So we're going to need basically like a find nearest enemy function. I feel like maybe we're going to need like a geometry file. And this chord can go into there. And then we only really need the team of the enemy. So team, or actually just, we only need the ID of the team. Oh, and the coordinate. Oh, and the map. Actually, this should just belong in the map, shouldn't it? Okay, we're gonna just assume all the teams are enemies of each other. It's like free for all. If unit.teamID is not equal team ID, we're going to need a way to get the distance between two locations. That is something can records have functions or no? Let's see, records. Yeah, it looks like records can have functions, I think. Here, let's try it. It's like we good? Cool. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we can use that. Find nearest, and so we can do public int horizontal distance. And then it's really, in all of these games, it's like the chess distance, right? The chess distance between two positions, which is just the max. So max, no, is there a map.max? Yes, that works. And this is gonna, oh, chord other. Is there an abs? There is an abs. Vertical distance, which is just okay, that looks right. So unit ID, if unit.team ID is not the team ID, then int dist equals unit.location dot horizontal distance location. Oh yeah, we need a smallest dist. Do I have to set this something? I think we're good. If ret_val equals null or dist is less than smallest dist. Oh, right. And let's set this to 0 for now. Okay. I think this looks good. Find nearest enemy, blah, blah, blah. Panel, step unit, find nearest enemy, which is part of map. And it takes the team ID, right? Oh, it doesn't take the map anymore because it is the map. Team ID and location. There we go. Okay, so if there's no nearest enemy, we're done. We've like wiped everyone out. Oh, it turns off. There you go. If there's no enemy, then we're done. Actually, we should just, how do you just exit? Is there like a system.exit or something? Environment.exit. All right, let's do it. And this was right along. At some point, we'll change these right lines to actually JSON or something, because I think it'll need to make it into Godot. But for now, this is fine. So we have an enemy. Now we're either close enough. Oh, we should. I feel like we should return the. Well, we need to move to that point. So yeah, let's do unit move to nearest enemy location. To figure out how to do that, that's going to be all tricky, but we'll get to that. And then if unit.location horizontal distance nearest enemy.location. Wait, actually, this should be like move as close. It's almost like move as close as we can to, but I'll just keep it move to. Horizontal distance. And then we want to know if this is, actually this, yeah, is equal to 1. Actually, I feel like I want to check and make sure this can't be 0. I just feel like we can get burned by that. Oh, yeah, because you could be like on top of another person. Okay, yeah, this is actually move adjacent to. Location horizontal distance equals 1. So yeah, we're not worried about height for now. We'll have to figure that out later. So then attack. Oh, no, wait, actually, Horizontal distance is less than or equal to the range. Dot. The unit type needs to be, okay, so we're going to need the game settings to be accessible. Either it needs to be a singleton or we need to pass it into each of these classes. I'm more inclined to kind of pass it in, so every entity has the game settings in it. Go. And so then we have, oh yeah, so the unit type, actually I want this to be, I actually want this to be a GUID. And then I want the actual unit type to be derived on the fly. How do you do properties in C++ and C#? Property, here we go. Okay. Something like this. Yeah. No? Is it like semicolons or something? Oh no, here we go. And so then we pass in the, we can just pass in the type ID. Actually, we'll pass in the type. I just don't want to store the type, because then when I go to save this map full of units, it's going to get weird. Oh yeah. Oh, hang on though. Now I'm going to end up with this game settings object. I need some way to, maybe I should use a singleton here. Yeah, I'll probably use a singleton here. I think it makes more sense. Where is my game settings? Where did that go? I went in util, so we actually will make a game settings. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why are there so many versions? Okay, let's do this. Okay, is this gonna work? Oh, yeah, no. Okay, now I see. Yeah, I think, okay, now I get it. So that I think we can just create this. We don't have to worry about, this is a little bit too complicated. So we can just do we don't need this to be so fancy. Let's do this. Yeah, so they're doing this lazy initialization stuff, but then because of that, you can't pass it in. So I actually need a singleton where you pass it in the beginning. Yeah, let's just make this a lot simpler. Public static globals create. Okay, I don't think we need this anymore. This one's going to say there's no setter, right? Yep. I forgot how properties worked. Okay, it takes a thing called value. Nullable field must contain null none value. Okay, yeah. And then there we go. So if you, how does this work? So, exclamation operator. Does it throw an assert? Null forgiving operator. Okay, yeah, I actually wanted to do this instead. Something like that. Okay, so now we have a globals. We can do globals dot instance, and we have that everywhere now. So back to our battle. Oh no, sorry, unit. So globals dot instance dot settings. A little wordy, but that's fine. Unit types. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, back to the battle. Okay, so if the distance is less than attack range, then you get to attack. The second part of your turn. So when you attack, it's very simple. Damage equals unit.type.damage minus nearest enemy.type.armor. Maybe you'll say, oh, always is at least one. Oh, no, sorry. Unit. What's the string substitution like? Like string template or string format? Ah, perfect. This is what I need. Oh, this is interesting. So now if somebody's dead, uh, they need to not need to not be an enemy anymore. So the different ways we can handle this, we probably want to have some kind of like targetable type thing. Let's make a property. Okay, and then getting back to our battle, find nearest, let's call this targetable enemy. Keep it simpler. If it's from the other team and it's targetable, then try and target it. Attack, health, okay. So then after you attack, they might not be targetable anymore. So we still need to implement this. Move adjacent to. We need actually, you know, if you remember the video I showed at the beginning, it kind of showed you all the squares that you can move to. We should just implement that and then just find the closest square that's adjacent. So first, let's get a concept of adjacent. That's that. And so then we need to know, and this is in the map. So given a location, we want a list of coordinates. So what would you call this? Like get movement squares, I guess. Chords. Oh, get chords in range. That's the center. And so I think yeah, I think we'll do kind of a depth first search here. Think about this. So we need a set. Does C# have some kind of hash set or something? Hash set. Oh, chord is, this is I think where maybe struct is important here. Mutability, blah, blah, blah. If the record type is derived from a base record type base. Okay, well, we'll have to see how this plays out. Okay. Oh, someone said there's a vector 2 in system. Let's take a look. That is floating point, which, you know, I mean, we could do it, but oh, there is a vector templated vector. I have a feeling this is going to be for like yeah, I'll leave it like this for now, but that might be a better way to go in the future. All right, visited in range. Definitely when we start working with the actual drawing of the sprites and everything, that will be, we'll have to convert from the integer vectors to vector 2s. So we basically want to start in the center and we want to just start expanding outwards. So we want another hash set q. I think there's a, yeah, start with the center. It's not happy with that. Expected combat engine. I'm not totally sure how to do sort of inline, what do you call it, literals yet, but just add it manually. How do you check if it's empty? There's no count. Q dot. I just want to get first, yeah. First element of a sequence. This looks like some kind of function. Var p equals q dot first. Q dot remove p. Visited. Oh, we need to keep track of the, we need some kind of pair structure. Tuple, nice, let's do it. So tuple coord int. And so that int's going to hold the distance we've traveled so far. Is that really the way you do it? Oh, there's actually a item 1 and item 2. I guess that's fine. Okay. Q dot remove entry. Oh, but this hash set. We're not really getting the benefit of this hash set anymore. So let me think here. I think because you're adding them in order, I think you're guaranteed, it's been a while since I coded up breadth first search, but I think you're guaranteed that the order is strictly increasing, right? Because any item you add, Yeah, because you're adding a bunch of ones, and then for each one, you're adding a bunch of twos and going to, yeah. So we don't need this actually to be a hash yet. This can be just a list. So like a linked list. Perfect. Look at that. It's actually called linked list. It's not anything wacky. That's nice. It's not add though. All right, let's see. What is it? Add last. Yes, that's what I want. This could probably now be removed first. Yeah. Does this return the item? No, it's void. Okay. Is there like a pop first? No. Okay. So now this should not be invisited if contains. It's equivalent to like runtime error. It's like a generic, like a this really was not cool error. I guess I'll do argument exception. I don't know. Oh no, here you go. This will be good. Invalid operation exception. Oh no, but that could be true, right? Yeah, no, actually this is actually it's fine. Just continue. So we have distance traveled. So now we want to know if the distance, so now we want to try and add the adjacent points. So we need, actually this should probably be a function of the map. Just the adjacent chords. I already have a P. Call this current point. So we get all the adjacent coordinates. If well, we're already checking visited up there, so we don't need to do that. We need to make sure it's in bounds. If this dot chord in bounds, let's call it chord walkable. So if it's walkable, then actually adjacent chords should take care of that. So I think we just add all of those to the queue. Oh, no, we have to check the range. Check the range. So, so we need to know, for now we'll just make all the movement costs 1. So we can just assume it's 1 here. Var new distance. The distance is greater than the range, then we can't go there. Otherwise, q dot add last new tuple chord int the point and the new distance. All right, now I have to implement this guy. Return. I guess all the ones you visit are already in range. I don't need this. Oh, that hash set to a list. Maybe I'll just keep it a hash set. Yeah, I'll just keep it a hash set. I feel like it could be better as a hash set. Okay. Public. This could be a list. And for now, it's going to be very simple. It's just all the eight different directions. Is this mutable? Is there an add? Oh, there's an append. Oh, so there's sequences that aren't like pure arrays. Okay. Okay, it's unhappy about this. Da, 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 da. Okay, append. So that's all done. So now let's get back to our battle. What's wrong with geometry? Why is it red? Oh. Okay. Move, oh, right, move adjacent to. That needs to be part of unit. And so the way we're going to do that, this is actually, sometimes we're not going to make it all the way there. We actually, oh man, this is tough. So basically, if we can make it to an adjacent spot, we do. Otherwise, we just get as close as we can to the unit. So we actually need another function. This gets all the coordinates in range. Okay, well, let's assume we can get there. So, adjacent chords equals location dot. Wait, there's a way to get all the adjacent ones, right? Oh, it's in map though. So yeah, this will be part of map then. Oh, I can't really do that. So this could be. And then the adjacent chord is going to be this list. And then we want to know bar chords in range equals get chords in range. No. Sorry, we want to know the location. Oh no, sorry. I want the unit.location. Oh yeah, we need like a movement range. I forgot about that. Okay. Let's go back to our unit. Our unit type, rather. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Actually, in these games, I think you're not adjacent unless you're like Cartesianally adjacent. So if you're on the square, you're not adjacent, but then also if you're diagonally, you're also not adjacent. So we'll just pick the first one that we get that's in range and then say we're good. Okay, so the idea here is, let's put some comments. We'll have to do something more clever about this. Like we'll have to, and this as well. We'll have to have something that gives us the path so that, you know, we're not just teleporting there, but we actually are moving there. But for now, we'll just teleport there. So we move there, and then let me just check Discord real quick. Okay. So we move there, and then okay, so now if we can't, if we get here, that means that we can't move. Oh, we also need to see if we're already adjacent. Let's actually do that first. Okay. Now, if we can't get there, then we need to get as close as possible. So we just need to choose the coordinate and range that's as close as possible to the target. And actually, we can just be working on that in the same time. So chord nearest chord nearest distance. So everything in add chord list. Oh, I'm actually looping through that. Okay, sorry. So it's a separate loop. Okay, if nearest chord equals null, or can read the distance. Let's just make an overall distance function, which for now is just going to be the horizontal distance. Coordinate range of distance. I'm going to change location to target location, so it's not so confusing. Yeah. Let's go back to this. Okay. Or nearest distance is I feel like I messed something up somewhere. Let's go back to the battle really quick. Oh yeah, this function. No, I did that right. Okay. So, oh yeah, I just had it like this. Just keep it consistent. And let's put some prints here. Okay. I think that if we get here, we already know that we can get there. I think eventually we might reach a point where you can't actually, even make progress to the enemy, but I'll worry about that later. What was this, illegal argument error or something? What was the thing that I was throwing all over the place? Invalid operation except. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely probably not the right error to throw, but that's fine. We just need something that says. And then it was $sign. And let's also do it right here as well. Okay, so we move adjacent to. I mean, interestingly enough, this will even make archers move right up to somebody, which is not ideal, but it's fine. If you're close enough, then after you're done moving, you get an attack. This looks good. This all makes sense. Cool. So yeah, after the round is over, we'll just check. Oh wait. Oh yeah, we have a check here to tell us the battle's over. I think we can run this. I think. We just need to create a battle, create a map, create a battle, put units there, and then just call step until the game's over. So let's give this a shot. Oh, we need names. Oh, right. No, we added movement range. That's what it is. So the movement range, I guess maybe they'll each move, like this guy will move 3, this guy will move like 5, this guy will move 3. So that looks good. So we have our game settings. We're saving it, which is nice. And then, so now let's see if 3 archers can defeat 3 soldiers. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Map equals new map. Okay, let's make some teams here. Oh, we had a function for that, right? List to key dict, yeah. So actually, this is kind of silly having to pass GUID.new GUID. Really, we should just create the GUID, right? Yeah, I don't know. Can you have custom constructors? How would that even work? Yeah, would this work? Oh no, because that would have to percolate into everything. Yeah, no, okay, never mind. Maybe there's always a smarter way to do things, but we don't have to worry about. There's not an obvious, trivially smarter way to do things. Name, red team, blue team. We should make like a Battle of Normandy or something. Like, so think of, like, John, I don't know if you're still with us, but think of some epic battle. Like, I don't know, what was the one, like, Gettysburg? Call it Gettysburg or something. Oh, okay, so this needs to be explicitly typed. You can do public GUID equals new. Ooh. Wait, but how would that work? Wait, let's try that. Now I'm curious. You're saying like here? Like that? That doesn't seem right. Must be a compile time constant. You're saying maybe if I do it like this. Let's try this. Ah, I see. Okay. And so then I can do, I still need to do a constructor for the name, right? Wait, but how is this going to work when I deserialize this? Is it going to be smart enough to do the right thing? So if I do that, and then I go here, 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 name is not null here. Oh, yeah, okay. First line, your entity class, no constructor needed. Sorry, records have serialization magic. Okay, all right, well, let's see what happens. So we can get rid of all of these. And we can get rid of this, and this, and So the map, actually the map could be a record, actually, right? Because there's no, it's all just stuff that could be serialized trivially, right? Yeah. So, and the thing is oh, but then if we add a unit, right? Oh, no, yeah, you could do it. It's just, you can't mutate this. Like, I can't set units to something else, but I can mutate units. Yeah, it is delayed. That's actually YouTube. So, nothing I can do about that. I think it's done on purpose. Okay, so unit, so that's good. So map can be a record. And so now I should be able to serialize the map. Oh, but then this, wouldn't this fail? Well, let's see what happens. Just clean a little bit of this up. We don't need to have a variable just for that. And also for this, we can just clean this up. Boom, boom. Actually, I'll leave that. All right. So, yeah, let's see what this does. Oh, wait, we have some errors. Abort. Entity type. Okay, it's more public stuff. Yeah, I mean, these really should be properties, but that's fine. All right, now what's unhappy now? Entity type.id. Thought I just made it public. Entity type.id is inaccessible due to its protection level. All right, chat. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, because unit type. Okay, unit type. That's what it is. Wait, so entity type. And then here it's public. Oh, is this like C++ or I need like public? No. Oh, it's fine. Oh, I think, okay, never mind. Okay, well that ran, let's see, so we have our unit, wait, unit types. Wait, I serialized the wrong thing. Program. Yeah, I serialized game settings twice. Okay, the map is empty. Oh yeah, it's not serializing. Oh, wait a second. I need to set these. Yeah, but this should be an empty dictionary. But yeah, let's set that. Public map int rows int calls. This.rows equals rows. This.calls equals calls. I'm still not totally sure why the map was empty. Oh, we have an error. There's no argument. Oh, right. Okay. I need to specify how many rows. So let's say, how big is the battlefield in these games? Probably like, let's start like 16 by 16. Oops. Okay, why am I not getting, why is this empty? See what the JSON options are. Let's see, allow trailing commas. Gets or sets of value that indicates what their fields. Like fields is in like the class field. Wait, of course I want that. Default is false. That's like, okay, hang on. That's what I think it is. If I set this to true, is it just gonna work? Okay, all right, well there you go. Why would you, John, if you're here, you're the C# expert in the room. Why would, what's the point of that? Why wouldn't that just always be true? Okay, so we've been making good progress. We have a map, we can write it. So now we just need to, while true, map.step. Oh, no, we need a battle that wraps the map, right? Oh, yeah. All right, well, let's see what happens. Moment of truth. It's just running forever. All right, let's pause it. Okay, this is a good opportunity for me and you to learn how this debugger works. Let's see, so step F11, step in, shift F11, step out. All right, step in. Oh yeah, I didn't assign any of the units to the teams. Okay. Yeah, where did... Oh, there's no units. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a silly issue. Unit. No, not uint. Unit. Oh my gosh. Unit. Generally, when I do game dev stuff, I avoid properties and use fields for everything. What you have, don't forget to look at the output tab. Oh, there's no. Oh yeah, well that'll be really useful probably in a minute. Units. New unit. And so we decided we're going to do what, 3 archers. And we can do that same trick where we do this, and that simplifies a lot of things. Okay, go back to our program, and a unit now just takes a name. We're going to name him John Pavek after you, John. You get your own archer. Oh, there's the whole thing around. Oh, John, yeah, I'd love to have you on voice. I don't know how to do that though. You know what we can do? I think we can. Yeah, we could just go on Discord. Live show. Yeah, if you go into the live show on Discord. Then feel free to jump in and we'll just chat about this stuff. John Pavek. Oh yeah, well I was saying there's a whole thing around units going through each other and being on top of each other, and like that is a whole mess that we have to deal with. But we're not gonna... Yeah, John, so there's a programming throwdown Discord. I thought that's how you found this. I don't know how you found this otherwise. Oh, how do I unmute people?
Hi.
Hey, so you're live on YouTube, by the way. Full
I'm so
disclosure.
excited.
So what we're doing is we are on YouTube trying to make a game in Godot.
Yeah, I've been trying this game dev by hand stuff, if you will, for the last year-ish. It's super crazy and super hard, and I am loving watching you just make all the same mistakes I made.
I thought you were gonna say watching me crush it, but I'll take it.
Well, I mean, to be totally honest, from where
Um,
I started watching you, like Googling basic C sharp things, I'm like, I've been doing this C sharp stuff for like 5 years. And it's kind of hilarious to me to see you just pick it up in like 4 seconds, if that.
yeah, you just have to learn like 50 programming languages, and then the
Right, yeah,
51st one
exactly.
like super easy. So we have oh, this is going to be the ID. Yeah, so it's going to be a little weird because you're going to see the video delayed. So everything I say is gonna be typed on the screen late.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, you could just screen share to Discord too. I don't know how much bandwidth you
oh,
have, but
let me see. Yeah, everything looks green. I could try that, and then if it makes my OBS red, then I'll have to turn it off.
yeah.
Share your screen. Let's do it. Um, okay. Looks like we're sharing the screen.
Sweet.
Yeah, OBS looks fine. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we were putting together. I need the floor. We were putting together our units for our battle here. Um, so we have John, who's been super active in the channel, and then now we have. How do you say your username?
Nodge?
Nodge?
Yeah, it's just John backwards phonetically. Cause, I like being unique, I guess. I don't know.
All right, sounds good. Um, so Naj you'll be next to John, and then we'll get one more archer. I'll throw myself in there, and I'll be next to both of you. And then we got on the other side of the battle we have 3 soldiers. And these guys are going to be like way off here somewhere. And they're the other team. Okay, let's do this again. So let's copy here, map.units, unit list. Oh, yeah, let me change this to unit list. What did I do wrong? Oh, map.units. Type unit cannot be used as parameter t. Oh, I think because I said it had to be an entity type. And
Oh, yep.
yeah, so we'll have to actually. So yeah, it came back to this, like the class and not being able to inherit from a record.
So,
Um,
if you have like 2 seconds, I'd love to give you the ECS rundown and like blow your mind.
all right, let's do it.
Okay, so just for context, did you ever do anything with like MVC?
Um, Not particularly.
Okay.
I've done a little bit of like Angular and some of these things, but I
Oh,
honestly
sure.
don't
Okay.
know.
Well, my professional background is web development, so
Oh, nice.
um, if you go to the Discord channel and pop open that link I sent to my repo,
Wait, are you John?
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought that there's 2 different people. Never mind.
Just me,
Um,
2 names.
got it. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at your repo now.
I think your Discord is only sharing your VS Code screen.
You're right. But other people can see the repo.
Yes. Okay. So let me pull up the repo, and then that way I can take you through it. Okay. So if you go to, where's my other? Okay. So if you look
real quick, I have a
at,
question.
yeah.
Um, how do you deal with this like class and record? Can a record inherit from a class? They always have to be kind of separate.
So records are really new, and they're really just some syntactical sugar to making small classes. Game dev wise, I would probably not use records.
Yeah, I mean, if
You
you can
can,
serialize a class, then we can just stick with classes, right?
right. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate records, but like for an entity, that's great.
Okay, so if I start changing things to record, then, or sorry, to class. Oh, I see. The record created the constructor.
Right. Yeah, so basically with a record, you get that one-liner to make a class that's pretty much just data. They call them POCOs, plain old C# objects.
Yeah, right. Okay, that makes sense. So in this case, yeah, okay. So we have to actually take, let me just knock this out and then
Yeah.
we'll get back to, I see. Okay, yeah. So this is gonna then kind of, we're gonna need this to be a public string name. Yes, I see. It avoids all this boilerplate.
Right.
And then oh wait, actually team string must declare a body because marked abstract. Oh right, I keep doing that instead of just putting base. Okay, so then entity type now is, so now they're all classes, and so then getting back to our utility function here. Okay, so now this can inherit from entity type. And then this all goes away, and then this goes to entity type name, or sorry, base name. And then why is this now unhappy? Oh, it's same thing, this needs to be base, right? And oh, now this needs to be a class. Yeah, I see. So I see the point about this syntactic sugar now.
Yeah, it's really handy. Like I do web development, so if I'm making like a quick endpoint to return some JSON somewhere, a class is a great way, or a record's a great way to contain just the data I want without making 14 new classes.
Yep, that makes sense. So yeah, this is gonna take then all this stuff. Yeah, this actually did save quite a bit of typing, but we're not going to actually make that many classes in this, so not too worried about it. And so then
Yeah.
we call base name.
Well, just wait till you get your mind blown with ECS. It'll change how you think about this.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably stick with this design because we've already kind of come this far. But
yeah. Oh yeah,
we don't
for
need
sure.
the name. And then we can move this here. Oh.
Isn't multi-line editing the best thing ever?
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I think we're cleaned up now. It says we still have an error somewhere. Oh, is this another public thing? Yeah, all these need public. Now what error do we have here? Nothing. Okay, let's just run this and see what happens. Oh yeah, we forgot to create our globals. Program. right at the
Yeah, I really liked how you just spun up your own singleton. That was really creative.
I did copy it from the internet, but then yeah, I ended up making it a little different than that. But yeah, game settings. Hey, we got something. Uh-oh. That's not good.
It'd probably be easier if you could visualize it.
Yeah, it's for some reason I had it in my head that even if the game did go on forever, it wouldn't lock my computer. But here we are. Yeah, for some reason I thought I was expecting to see, I was actually expecting it to take forever, but I was expecting it to, um, I was expecting it to allow me to exit, but it didn't do that. I need a sleep actually. What's the sleep in C sharp? Let's take a look.
System.wait, I think.
Wait, what was it? I think it's just called sleep.
Yeah, so there's like two of them for .NET because one of them sleeps and one of them allows async threads to go on.
Ah,
And I can't remember which one's which.
well, we'll try sleep. I'm gonna try running it again, and this time, okay, hang on. It's unhappy about something. I'm stuck in generate C sharp assets for build and debug. I think I just need to
Yeah, VS Code is just like the editor experience for C Sharp is lackluster at best. OmniSharp dies all the time, which is the IntelliSense.
I did notice that, yeah.
Yeah, if you do Control Shift P on Windows, there's Restart OmniSharp.
Oh, okay.
Just in case you need it, but it's just I don't know. Visual Studio is amazing, but Visual Studio Code is like 60%.
Ah, interesting.
I still use it, but it's getting there.
Yeah. Yeah, the run it's like very unhappy for some reason. But we're gonna wait, let's hit F5 and see what happens here. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got an error now. Okay, we're good. So it's oh, did you say thread.sleep initially?
No, I said system.wait.
Oh, system.wait. The example I'm using says you can do using system.threading and thread.sleep, but that's not working.
Yeah.
Is that old or something?
Well, yeah, because I think one of them blocks async. Like one of them will literally hold the entire app.
Oh, okay. I think I found what you were talking about. System.threading.thread.sleep.
Try it. Looks like the
Oh,
Discord.
here we go. Okay, that worked. All right, my computer isn't on fire anymore. So, okay, so let's see what's happening here. So, our buddy John, who is your sort of alter ego, he's moving. Oh, nobody's actually moving anywhere. Something like maybe the assignment or something is messed up. Oh, let me go back and I think you lost my screen, right?
Yeah, Discord died, so I'm like
Yeah.
trying to figure out where you're at. How much is the delay?
Delay is a lot, but here you can check right here. So,
Oh yeah, okay.
okay, so when it's moving, chords arrange that contains. Get all the locations used can move to. Okay, here's what we need to do. We need to print who these people want to fight because I have a feeling. Oh, no. I wonder if maybe they're moving to good guys, like we've done something wrong there. Let's see.
Is it possible they're moving to themselves?
It's possible. Here, let's see. So if retval not equal null, console dot. Yeah, we probably could do this in debugger, but
The amount of times that console log saves the day in game dev is crazy, because when you start building like more and more things, you can't just debug and hit one loop. You need to hit like 18 loops at the same time. And
yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay, let's do this. We should just announce when it's the person's turn too. So you do web development and then you do games like for fun?
yeah, it's so basically when I started my career. So this is kind of funny, but I started listening to you guys back in, I want to say 2016 or 2017.
Oh, nice.
And so you kind of gave me the like motivation to made me realize that like, oh crap, I can be a developer too. Not a good one, but so then I got my first web dev job, did all JavaScript all day, and then the company folded. So found another job, and they're like, well, JavaScript, we don't really do much JavaScript here, but we do all C#. So I realized that I was a terrible C# developer, and I figured if I make games, I can expand my C# knowledge, so I gain like career-wise, but also I get to have a little bit of fun with coding instead of, you know, all work and no play.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. So you program some games to build up your resume.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
very
it, like
cool.
people don't realize that you don't like. Okay, so everybody talks about years of experience as a way to measure developer skill, but I feel like the real measure that we're disguising is the amount of mistakes made. And doing game dev, I'm exposed to a lot more things to make mistakes on. So it helps
Yeah,
me
that
kind
makes
of
sense.
grow in a way that, like, you know, I wouldn't normally do doing web development. Like, nobody's going to have to write, you know, in game dev, you're writing a loop that has to hit like 60 times a second. And in web development, you're getting one request a minute, you know, like they're totally different paces.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, I think we haven't even touched on um, performance yet. I mean, all of this has been we've just been ignoring performance.
I would argue that performance isn't worth anything until you've actually gotten closer to release.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
My first like real game, it can hit like 2,500 FPS if I uncap it.
Yeah. Yep.
So not too big of a deal.
Yeah, so it looks like, John here wants to go to the target, and he's picked the soldier location, which is good. But when he tries to get there, he doesn't actually make any progress. So
Okay, so you're in MapCS on line 136. There's unit.location. What is location?
So unit.location is here, and then the nearest coordinate that it's getting set to is here. So it is there's no issue with the assignment itself. It's just that nearest coord is not correct. So
sometimes I've had a problem with fields where you have to act like, especially if you have a field that is like a coordinate, you have to set the X and Y specifically. I'm wondering if that's what's happening.
Maybe, yeah. So let's see what the coordinates are in range. Can you just write a whole list? Is it going to be smart enough to like unpack it? Or am I just going to get the word list or something?
You're probably going to get the word list.
right, well, let's try it. I think you're right. Yep. All right. Let's also just simplify it down. We just have one person on each team for now until we figure this out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's probably just a silly bug somewhere. Okay, so let's see. Is there a way when you write line to get the line number and the file name? It's like a simple way to do that.
Yes, I've seen it before, but I've never done it. I want to say you have to use it's like Microsoft.reflection. There's a
geez.
library to.
Okay.
It's not worth it. Is kind of where I'm
Yeah.
going.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so they're only getting one coordinate in range, which is their coordinate. So the get coords in range is not working. So let's see what this is doing. Am I just not adding to the queue? New distance is greater than range. Wait, let's go back. Actually, if breakpoints work, this would be actually a good time for breakpoints.
Oh yeah, they totally.
Cool. Okay, great. Okay, so the range is set to 3. That makes sense. The coordinate makes sense. So let's start hopping. The distance traveled should be 0. Yep. Visited for each. Oh, well, there's the problem right there. So the adjacent coordinates function is, I somehow messed this up.
Man, that is such a high level, big brain way to write that.
We'll see. I mean, so R mod is -1, C mod -1, so we continue. Okay, now this one should not continue. Okay, that's right. I wonder if like append is just somehow not correct. Yeah, I think append is just somehow not right. Yeah, see how retval is just kind of this weird thing? I think maybe
maybe instead of using a coordinate array, just use a list. Lists are way more fun. IMO.
So is there anything, is there like array list? Is that a C# thing or list?
Yes.
Or what's the one that people usually use, linked list?
List.
Oh, it's just literally just called list.
Yeah, list. There's like 40 different versions. And they all have different like performance impacts, but I've yet to experience one with just list. And then there's some new syntactic sugar where you can just do new parenthesis and it knows what you're inferencing.
Oh, you're talking about this? Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, in the most recent version, they were just like, well, we don't know where to make the language better, so we're just going to add a whole bunch of syntactic sugar.
Nice. Okay, so we still ended up with a problem here. This is strange because we're definitely calling append. Well, let's see what happened. Yeah, so I'm calling list. Is list.append just not correct?
I usually use add, but list inherits from enumerable, and that's where append comes from.
Oh, that works. Okay, so that's a gotcha. If if you do append, you're gonna have a bad time.
I can't believe you wrote like 90% of this without even running it until now.
Well, we'll see how many more bugs there are, but so oh, we forgot about negative numbers. We have to actually, yeah, I'm gonna do something else too, but for now,
If you want to do it a little hacky, just inside your new chord, just use math.min and math.max to prevent them from. Actually, just use math.clamp to keep it in range of your map.
Well, the thing is, we want to throw it out though. So clamp will end up moving the point, but in this case, we want to just throw it out.
Oh, good point. Okay, all right. See, this is why I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, so let's see. This will be interesting. I think we might. Oh yeah, this is way better. Oh yeah, we had a whole battle.
Did I beat the soldier?
Let's see. So let's see. You moved the soldier. Oh no. So what happened is you moved. You moved to column 3. The soldier moved to column 7. Wait, and somehow the soldier hit you. I think maybe I have something reversed here.
I think the soldier's an archer in disguise.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh yeah, you're totally right. All right, now the soldier's a soldier. All right, now it's getting interesting. Let's see what will happen. Oh, I probably should have got rid of that other print. But... Okay, so now let me clean this up. Where was that print? Where I was printing the coordinates right here. Okay, so you moved to the soldier moved to you. You moved to the soldier and then hit him, but then the soldier hit you for 2. He should have killed you.
Oh, come on.
Wait, the soldier should have killed you right there. But you got a free turn. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, let's go to battle. Oh yeah, the battle's not over until you can't find anyone to hit. And then actually
right.
Yeah, there needs to be a we need another thing that says targetable can act. And so then in the battle, if you can't act, then you don't get a turn.
Okay, you should really take a look at ECS real quick so I can blow your mind.
All right, this should work, and then let's do it.
Yes.
So, yeah, so you moved up to the soldier. I think, yeah, I think if the archer was smarter and didn't walk up to the soldier to fire the bow, then I think you might be able to. No, the soldier. I think the soldier's close enough that he'll come over and hit you. But either way, all right. Let's take a look at ECS for a moment. Let me make this bigger.
Okay.
All right. So I'm at your repo. I'm in the source directory.
All right. So in source, there's engine.cs.
Yep.
So the way ECS works is you have entities, components, and systems, and they're all kind of the three pieces that tie everything together, right? So if you look line 16-ish, those are all the systems, and the systems, I just have them referencing the engine, so that's the argument there. And each of the systems is kind of like a feature of the game, right? Some sort of mechanic or just rendering, like the AI's in there. In this game, you're a dog who's trying to defend a house, so that's why there's house safety.
Okay.
And then that's kind of like where it starts. So then if you kind of skip down a little bit, there's the run method, which is like the game running. And then I use a library called Raylib, which draws to the screen, right? Nothing super special.
Oh, cool.
I would highly recommend it. It's very, very user-friendly. So if you go to, like, let me see what would be a good example. If you go to like the generation system, I think you can just click on them.
File?
Yeah. So in source systems, if you look at like generation.
Okay.
So every loop. So when you invoke the game, it does the load method on the systems, and then at every frame it does update. So what I've done here is the generation system creates entities, and those entities are then basically loaded into a list, and then the systems act on the entities. So I've got like create random enemy is one of the, that's kind of like my archetype utilities. I don't remember where I have those in this project, but they're in entity service. And so that is basically, so the entity is a collection of components, right? So an entity is an ID and a collection of components. So if you look at the player, they are a position component to tell where they are. They're a render component to tell what they look like. Animation, which when they are, then like controllable generic state, and then a collision. And then enemies have like health, and so you know it's the whole composition versus inheritance argument. So if you bust back into the systems and look at like, I'm trying to think of like a good low-key one. Probably the rendering system would be super easy to look at. But basically in the rendering system, it basically goes through and says, okay, if I'm in the game state of playing the game from my singleton adjacent thing, if I'm in that state, put a background down, and then go through every single entity, and if that entity has a render and a position, render it to that position. And that's it. It does nothing else. So when it comes time to actually like, you know, add a new feature, I don't have to worry about re-rendering anything. I just slap a render component on it. So like in your case, you've got these soldiers. Well, a soldier could be health, and it could be armor, and it could be, you know, a sword or an axe or a shield or a bow. And so you build things out based on components as opposed to like a type. Like you already avoided the common problem of people making like a warrior class, and then that class has like hard-coded data to set its health and stuff.
Right.
So
cool. That makes sense.
It's really just like once you start putting things together, like you'll see the beauty of it. Like the big problem I hit a long time ago was like I had a combat system similar to this, not nearly as like thought out, but when it comes time to doing damage, Unit A hits Unit B. But what if you have armor that has like percentage reductions, and what if you have like elemental damage? Where does the logic for that happen? Does it happen on the player? Does it happen on the target? Like, when do you sever those ties and kind of like, you know, make them work? It's I don't know. Yeah. ECS changed how I build games, and I'm an absolute advocate.
That is super cool. I think it definitely bears worth saying that, you know, the point of this live stream is someone is in the chat saying, I have no idea how to read C#. I also have no idea how to read C#, despite writing this. And this is just to show folks, like, look, you can build anything. And, did it run the first time? No, it crashed my entire IDE, right? But that's totally fine. And
yes.
just get pen on paper, so to speak. But
I
it also bears worth saying that there's probably like there's always better ways to do things, and it's good to take time to say, okay, how could I have done this better? But it's also good to just start putting code down on paper.
I totally 1,000,000% agree. I would never have discovered ECS if I hadn't screwed up the 40 other attempts at games I've been, made.
Yeah, totally. So I think we have a couple of things to do here before we can move to Godot, which we'll probably have to do tomorrow because I have a hard stop in an hour. But um, one of the things that we need to do here is handle the fact that there's terrain. So what I'm
Yes.
thinking is, I'm thinking actually, by the time we get to this part of the game, let's just have some other process that says, okay, here's the squares that you can walk on. Um, and I guess, so I guess for now, maybe we want to assume that all the units have the same mobility. There aren't any that can fly or anything like that, because that really complicates things.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, actually, that's interesting. If the units have different mobility, then we constantly have to keep checking, can you get from this coordinate to this coordinate in one step, right?
Yep.
Um,
I
okay, well,
literally
yeah,
just wrote this last month
what's
for a
that?
different I literally just wrote this last month for a different project. It
Oh,
is a
nice.
hard problem.
Yeah, I think, okay, let's ignore flying and just make it simple. Let's make it so that we'll compute it on the fly, but we will have a concept called like jumping, and a unit can jump. Um, I'm imagining similar to FFT, where a unit is 2 cubes high, and occupies 1 cube. So it occupies 2 cubes of volume. So in this case, a unit can go up one step to kind of like jump up to that next step. So what we'll do, we'll put in the entity type, in the unit type, we have a movement range. We'll call this a jump height. Yeah, and once we get the 3D part figured out, that'll be a good bookmark, and then we can tackle the rest another day, maybe tomorrow. Um, so we have this jump height. Can you do like armor equals, like you can do in Python? Is this legit?
Yeah. There's I so rarely do it, but yeah, you can totally do
It doesn't look like
name-based.
it. Oh, isn't there like
What?
another way where it comes in? I've seen this in other places where it's like this,
Yes.
something
So
like that.
those are called initializers, and that totally works. The problem is you have a constructor that requires you to pass them. So what I would do is delete them out of the constructor and then pass them that way. That'll definitely make it look a little nicer. And
Oh, I see
actually,
what you're saying.
so if you
Okay.
go to unit type, you can actually just set a lot of them to defaults. So that way you only pass along the ones that are different.
Okay, let's do that. Jump height. Oh, I see. So we can just leave, we can set reasonable defaults,
Right.
and then we don't have to set everything every time. So like armor could be 0, damage could be 1. So if I go
Yeah, a lot of
unit,
times what I've done is you can either do that or you can pass in an enum, and the enum holds like soldier or archer, and then because your constructor just handles the enum and it knows what those defaults are for that class. That's also a nice way to kind of clean it up.
but because we have the inheritance, we do need to pass the name in.
Yeah.
So this we actually can't do. but we can do everything else. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So I think we decided the thief moves fast and the soldier hits hard and has armor. Okay. Okay, so getting back to this. So going through this, the first thing, find nearest targetable enemy. So this now yeah, I mean there's this issue where like can you hit somebody who's way up high? I'm gonna dodge that for now. That introduces a whole bunch of other complexity.
I mean, you're brave enough even just trying to tackle the third dimension.
Yeah, I mean this is gonna be wild. So
Have you ever played Dwarf Fortress?
yeah. Yeah.
That's where I'm worried you're going, and that's.
Oh no, but if you look at like Final Fantasy Tactics, I showed a video of it early on. You know,
Oh
they
yeah, I
have
love that game.
yeah, they have 3 dimensions, but it's you know, it's so like when the game designers construct the maps, they do it so that, you know, it's pretty easy to see all the squares and everything.
Yeah, because they have like height for the tiles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's actually you can even be like on top of a bridge while someone else is under it, so it can get complicated. Um, so yeah, so we have okay, so one of the things we need to do is say find the closest unit. Yeah, this gets wild, right? Because you actually do need to know what are the squares like. So solving this along the way, we need to solve the problem of the archer moving right up to the soldier for no reason. So we actually need to know like here's all the squares that you can actually hit someone from. And
Yep.
then you need to move to the closest one of those squares. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, I used A star when I did that, and it worked pretty well. The
Yeah,
problem
I mean,
is,
A star is just a faster version of this. This is just like I think this is what is this called? Like a BFS. And so, yeah, A star will be faster, but as I said, performance for now, not too worried about.
agreed.
But yeah, so we need to know. So um, we actually do need to know like the vertical range of your attack. That is something that we're not storing right now. So we have like an attack range. We actually need this to be attack like horizontal range and then attack vertical range. We can delete these. Actually, like, yeah, I mean, this could get even more complicated because you could be shooting downwards, you know? Like maybe if you're shooting someone who's below you, you actually have a longer horizontal range. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to say the vertical range just goes up and down. So now we need to know, given a square, what are all the squares that could be hit by that square? Given a square and the 2 ranges. So let's see if we can figure this out. So public list so it's like get attack source chords target and so this yeah this is really interesting. I think for this maybe we just go through pretty much every chord, just seeing is it close enough. I mean, again, not the fastest, but
Yep.
it gets the job done. This means we also need to change. We need to change our map concept now to be, we need like we need a map now to be like a list of coordinates. So it still should have dimensions, rows, calls, and I'll also put floors. But then on top of that, it needs like a hash set. And these are walkable chords. And then I think what we'll do for starters is just make up like walkable chords. So we'll do 16. So for every location, for every XY location, we'll make a walkable chords. So we'll call this height map. Oops. How do you do just regular for loop? You do like x equals
Same.
0.
Yeah, it's like the same as every other language.
Let's do R. Oops. And then we need like actually let's just make it deterministic. Oh yeah, all right, I got a couple more minutes and then I gotta wrap this up. I'll have to put a bookmark in it. But we'll do height equals R plus C modulus like 4. Height map dot add new chord. So you see what I'm doing here? It's like gonna end up being this kind of weird, kind of hilly kind of pattern. It's gonna actually, actually this is gonna be kind of weird, right? So if I do mod 4, yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around what that actually looks like. Will you be able to get to every, well, we'll find out. A lot of unknowns. So yeah, I think you'll still be able to get to all the squares, but we'll find out. Maybe not actually. Anyway, so hang on one sec. Okay. So yeah, so we have our height map, and then in the map we have our walkable coordinates, and then yeah, I'll implement this last function and then we gotta call it a day. So all we'll do here is really kind of hacky. Oops. Oh wait, actually I don't have to do that. I can just go for each of the walkable ones, right? If okay, so basically this just goes through every coordinate that you could be standing on and says, if I can hit the target from here, then add it. So then getting back to our find nearest enemy, the first thing we want to do now is we actually need to find the nearest distance from ourself to, so we should make a nearest distance, nearest walkable, and pass in this whole range of locations.
And pathfinding is so hard.
And then the unit, oops. Yeah, so the idea here is we get all the places that we can go to shoot this dude with an arrow, given, or hit him with a sword or whatever, given the range of that attack. And then say, given all these locations, what's the nearest one? Probably I'll just make this nearest chord. This needs to be implemented. And then what's the distance to that? So we can say and this actually when I get the nearest chord, I should also just return the distance, because calculating the nearest coordinate is going to also require figuring that out. And then I can just make this dot item2. So this will return a tuple. And actually this nearest chord I think is going to be very similar to this get chords in range. It's probably going to be, we're probably going to modify this to make that happen. Yeah, and then yeah, so there's clearly more work to do here, but once we get the 3D part, like the, once we make this terrain aware, then we can go over to Godot and start painting, painting tiles and having folks move around on the tiles and do all that good stuff.
Have you used Godot before?
Nope, first time. So
Okay.
it's going to be a bit of a learning curve.
I don't want to scare you, but a lot of this might not be as reusable as you're hoping.
Oh, really? It doesn't just take arbitrary C#?
Well, nope. I've been trying to learn Godot, and it's very much like it's very much pushing you for GD script. But if you don't want to use GD script, you pretty much just need any language that can compile into a library. And
oh
then
no! So that's so the latest Godot supports C# like natively.
Yeah, but the way you use C#, you don't just like have loops or anything. That's why I use Raylib, because Raylib doesn't care. That's just a drawing library. But Godot is very much like you need to build out your soldier in the editor, and then from your soldier you add your what happens when you hit attack button. And it's very much like a whole bunch of voids that don't really touch each other.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I have a feeling I'm going to be able to reuse a lot of this.
Yeah, you'll probably find a good way to get the harder stuff in there. That's for sure. But the weird thing is like blending content creation. Like I feel like Godot and Unity and Unreal, all these things, everybody calls them engines, but in my mind they're like content creation engines. They're not like code writing engines.
Got it. Okay.
So, I mean, your mileage might vary, and I'm definitely going to watch because I've been struggling to get a good grasp of how Godot should be used. But,
well, I mean, I think it'd be a huge miss if I couldn't. I feel like a lot of the complicated logic here will transfer. If it won't, then yeah, we'll have to find a new thing. But I feel like we'll be okay. But we'll find out. Hey, I appreciate you being on this journey. I'm not totally sure when this will come up again, so I think you can click the notification bell. I sound like one of those YouTubers, but I think
I
if you,
actually already smashed it, so
if you
it's good.
smash the like button, smash the notification bell, it'll pop up whenever I have time. I'll just answer some questions from the chat because I wasn't looking at it. Someone asked what kind of keyboard I'm using. I'm using a Logitech. I don't know, it has a G on it. I'm using a Logitech G610. So I can't really vouch for it. I do enjoy it. But I honestly don't spend a lot of time researching this stuff. But it does feel very nice. And Mohan is his mind is completely blown with all of the compiler errors that we've been introducing here, which is totally normal. But yeah, we will. I'm gonna leave this as is, and go do some trick or treating with the family, and tomorrow take another crack at it.
Well, thanks for letting me steal some of your thunder. This has been
No,
very
this was awesome. Hey, and you're more than welcome to come on anytime, and I'll just tell everybody if you feel free to jump on the Discord at any moment. It's all really good content. Thanks so much.
Yeah, have a nice day. Happy
Yeah,
Halloween.
see you later.